Good night. A couple of paragraphs to the legend, orchestrating the 29th fourth quarter comeback of his career as Kansas City rallied to beat Houston on the road and reached their first championship game since 1970. The Bills came from behind 2 to beat the Raiders in bone-chilling weather at Rich Stadium to move within a game of a record 4th straight trip to the Super Bowl. Well, it's nowhere near as cold today in Rich Stadium, but the Bills, as Bob said, do enjoy great home field advantage. They haven't lost a home playoff game since 1966, which incidentally was to the Chiefs. Well, it was a tentative start by both teams as they tried to establish some rhythm. As we pick up the game, each has had 2 possessions. We're joining the Bills third with a 1st and 10 at midfield.
So field position goes to Buffalo, and Kelly off some play action, has a lot of time. And throws underneath the Metzelaars, who juggles and holds at the 41-yard line. A gain of about 6. Metzelaars, who had a big year, had 68 catches to lead Buffalo.
Yeah, look at his left hand there. He's got the catch where he broke his little finger. And anytime he has his hands up to catch the ball pinky first, he's going to have difficulty hanging on to it. Now releases inside. And watch this ball bounce off his hands, and he's, we'll get it for you.
That no-huddle offense is tough on the replays, isn't it? Thurman Thomas doesn't get anything. In fact, may have lost a yard there. Pelham McDaniel, 77 in on the stop.
Now watch, hands up. See, the ball bounces off the cast first. Pete Metzelaar is normally a very sure-handed receiver, the leading receiver for the Buffalo Bills in 1993.
Loss of 1 to Thomas. 3rd down and 4. Only now 3 for 6. Protection, he's going long. Caught. Andre Reed out of bounds at the 14. Bruce Pickens never looked for the ball.
Pickens acquired middle of December. This is a mismatch. Kansas City does not want Bruce Pickens on Andre Reed. They want Albert Lewis, number 29. On Andre Reed, and Kelly took advantage of the mismatch.
He did look for it, but he never found it. It was in Reed's mitts. Into Thomas, or maybe 2. Derek Thomas, number 58. Thomas on Thomas. Just as we have 2 Smiths that are rather brilliant in this game. Bruce and Neal playing the same position. 58, Derek Thomas. Didn't make the official scorecard, but he'll be in another Pro Bowl. 5 for 5. To the 5-yard line, no catch. Bill Brooks. The trap is the call. Pickens on the coverage, and it's apparent that's the direction that Kelly's going. He's trying to find Bruce Pickens and throwing to the weaker of the cornerbacks.
And that's one of the things that this K-gun can do. Yes, good call by the officials. Went through his hands. They can isolate a receiver, and Kelly can scan the field and find the matchup he wants.
3rd down 8. From the Kansas City 12. Thomas, big hole. Touchdown. What a call. On 3rd down and 8. Thomas up the middle. Buffalo takes the lead.
What did Schottenheimer tell us? When he's running goal line to goal line, Thurman Thomas is like a 240-pound running back. There's nothing to hit on him. Well, that'll run Kansas City out of the blitz.
Steve Christie missed 2 extra points last week here against the Raiders and hits his first today. Buffalo, 6 plays, 47 yards, 7 points.
Well, on Kansas City's next possession, Marcus Allen ran the ball 24 yards to move the Chiefs up the field. We rejoin Kansas City's drive at a 1st and 10 at the Buffalo 14.
Marcus Allen sprinting into the secondary, and he's to the 7-yard line. Marcus Patton made the tackle. Patton, who grew up in Southern California, Los Angeles, went to UCLA, and watched Marcus Allen as a collegiate star in that city.
Good pull by the right tackle. Sigler 60, Shields 68 up through the middle. Excellent block. This rookie from Nebraska. This 68 Shields, a young man that Marty Schottenheimer just goes on and on about. He walked in there, plays like a veteran.
Second down and 4. Allen with 44 yards in this opening quarter. He gets it again. Oh, and does he get it? Breaks the tackle, but doesn't get anywhere. Bruce Smith was the man who stopped him cold, and Mark Maddox got him to the turf.
This is where he's most dangerous, Bruce Smith. Down on the goal line, very difficult to double team anybody. There you see Bruce Smith stand up, has the quickness to still get inside. John Alt's trying to sell pass. Bruce Smith, great recognition and quickness, jumps inside the block to make the tackle or assist on the tackle.
That might have been a touchdown. There was a big hole for Allen, but Smith makes the huge play. Smith may have been offside. Montana incomplete in the end zone. Intended for Tim Barnett. Mark Kelso on the coverage, but no play. Illegal procedure against Kansas City. So Bruce Smith was pulled offside.
Well, you would expect the guy that has to block Bruce Smith. Is it John Alt, 76 on the roll? He's looking in at Montana, and then when he flinches, turn around to look at Bruce Smith. I mean, with the crowd noise here, he's trying to catch the pre-snap by reading Joe Montana's lips and then turn around and look at Bruce Smith.
So the ball back to the 13 and a half. Underneath Allen, incomplete. Well covered by the Bills. And the field goal unit comes on. Nick Lowry, third all-time field goal kicker in the history of the league, behind former Chiefs Jan Stenerud and the great George Blanda. 326 career field goals for Lowry, who at Dartmouth was a senior when a fellow named David Shula was a freshman. This guy's been around so long that they're coaches in this league now that played with him in college. 31 yards. And Kansas City, a long drive for 3. 2:14 remaining in the opening quarter. The Bills 7-3.
Dick, this is what Buffalo's doing defensively. Coverage there, safeties out. These 3 linebackers are responsible for the 2 tight ends and the running back. The last play, they run this and try to get Marcus Allen free in the middle. Buffalo has done an excellent job of making sure that the wide receivers are taken away. Now, Montana and Kansas City are going to have to figure something up the middle here, or Buffalo's going to stay in that defense.
And let's not forget the play that Bruce Smith made on the 6-yard line. That was 2nd and 3. Allen had a hole. Smith inside to stop it. And that might have been the difference between a touchdown and the field goal. 7-3 it is as Lowry kicks it off. Oakland at the 8. Fumbles the ball, and it appears that Kansas City Fred Jones was the man who fell on it. Yes. Benny Thompson was the man who made the hit, and Thompson, along with Steve Tasker, 2 of the best special teamers in the NFL. And look at 46.
He fights off the blockers. Thompson says his entry into the NFL was for special teams. He now wants to play a little defensive back, but when you can make hits like this and give your offense great field position, you get game balls. I don't care where they list you, you get game balls.
This man from New Orleans said, "You watch me, I'm going to force one of those in the game." When we talked to him yesterday, Thompson, he says, "I love it so much, I volunteered to play in the World League just because I'd like to play every week, not just during the season." Let's see if Kansas City can convert from the 24. Montana underneath to Davis, right at the yardsticks, about 10 on the play. Patton the tackler.
Well, Kansas City's initial adjustment here to the double zone is a little bit of motion. And look at there, 26 straight.
Both coaches, first thing out of their mouth, you know, just the team that takes it away the most will probably win the game. Well, even Marv Levy had that quote down pat, 26-0. A first down on the throw by Montana. Third completion, 3 different receivers. Marcus Allen, nothing there. Good solid hit by the 2 backers, Patton and Maddox, who have had a good first quarter.
As if this defense of Buffalo over the years hasn't had enough time on the field. Great field position for Kansas City with the fumble. And the defense goes on the field again. This is a defense that since 1990 has faced more plays than any team in the NFL.
2nd down and 9. Montana on the fade to Burden, incomplete. Nate Odoms the cover. Odoms, who will be one of the free agents apparently for the season, and had a brilliant season, a Pro Bowl year, 9 interceptions, but Burden had it on his fingertips.
Very close. Joe Montana's always had that ability to properly judge distance. Puts it invariably where it's catchable. And again, this is the double zone, man under. 37's got his hand on him, but so did Burden. There was a little hand fighting going on there.
Montana 3 for 10. Incomplete, almost intercepted by Odoms. Odoms had it flopping right toward him. J.J. Burden, the receiver. And on comes Lowry for another field goal attempt.
Again, trying to get inside the defense, Dick, up underneath the linebackers. Montana forced to go to the short. Excellent coverage by Marcus Patton, and then Nate Odoms almost makes the interception. Good protection for Montana, but Odoms almost gets this one.
Another 31-yard attempt by Lowry, who made his first from this exact distance. Nothing different about this one. So the fumble by Copeland on the kick return results in 3 Kansas City points, and Benny Thompson can chalk that up on his side. 7-6 Buffalo.
So the Chiefs.
First down on that ball. Delayed for Thomas. Oh, look at him spurt through and into the clear. Thomas all the way to the 25. $33 yards for Thurman Thomas.
Dick, again, what they're trying to create right here is a vertical running lane. A vertical running lane, and they get it for Thurman Thomas. Excellent blocking up front. That's what the Buffalo Bills want.
Longest rush of the season for Thomas, and now Kenneth Davis takes the ball, and he has another first down to the 11-yard line. 15 on that play.
And last week, this Kansas City defense held Houston to just 39 yards rushing, straight ahead blocking. Kenneth Davis, a player who is more of a slasher than a darter.
And Thomas is indeed tackled in the backfield by Neil Smith. Smith, who led the NFL with 15 sacks and pressures constantly. He had 4 forced fumbles and makes the big defensive stop there.
And he's a big key against that counter, too. He's got to beat the block of the tight end when it's run to his side. He's playing to the tight end, Pete Metzelar's today, for one reason, to stop the strong side counter.
Loss of 3. Kelly pointing out Martin Bayless, the safety, had moved up on the line of scrimmage. Now Bayless backs off. Kelly changing plays. And goes to Brooks. Missed tackle, and Brooks is inside the 5. Bruce Pickens had him about the 7 and missed the tackle.
Well, we've certainly identified their choice today. Bruce Pickens is wasn't at halftime, maybe changed the number on his jersey.
First and goal at the 3. Thomas walks in.
Dick, that was a quick snap by the Buffalo Bills. The Kansas City Chiefs defense was not deployed.
What a first half for Thurman Thomas. You have the feeling Marty Schottenheimer already taking some notes that will be used at halftime adjustment. 80 yards and 9 convincing plays for the Buffalo Bills. The extra point by Christie. 14-6 Buffalo.
Kansas City were unable to move the ball on their next drive. Here, Joe Montana gets sacked on 3rd and long by Jeff Wright. Well, after the Chiefs punt, the Bills drove downfield. Thurman Thomas was stopped by Neil Smith in the backfield. So Buffalo had to settle for a field goal.
First down. Now it's Thomas. Nothing inside, so outside he goes and picks up 9 more. Jay Taylor in the secondary trips him up.
Laying waste to a quality defense.
107 yards now for Thurman Thomas.
And the up front guys are doing a great job. It gives Thurman Thomas, he's beyond the line of scrimmage when he has to make his move. Breaks the tackle of Taylor. Man.
And who preceded Barry Sanders at Oklahoma State. Oh, they couldn't get the handoff, but Kelly gave his old basketball fake. He used to use that at East Brady High School. And on a blown play, he gets enough for a first down. You'll remember that one.
Thurman Thomas slips. Kelly, smart, puts it back in there. Yes, it works. It works. It works on Kevin Ross.
That was that old running push shot that he used to use at East Brady. First down at the 38. Here goes Thomas. He's got 10 more.
Oh, man, kick. What an exhibition.
Here's a man who led the NFL 4 consecutive years in scrimmage yards. He was second this season to Emmitt Smith. The 4 in a row as a record, breaking Jim Brown's mark. And he is running rampant today. Go to the well again. Oh my! First down and more.
Ken Hall, Parker, Davis, House Ballard pushing them all over the place. The first contact by the free safety Mincy. Goodness.
Kenneth Davis in. He'll pick up the scraps. Gets a couple. It is a feast at this point for these fans. Hungry to prove to the world that they're deserving of a 4th chance to the Super Bowl. And they are devouring what they see.
They also always are saying, why can't he do this in the Super Bowl? Any part of this, why not in the Super Bowl?
Davis again, slowed down as Derek Thomas infiltrated, and then Joe Phillips and others made the stop. Pelham McDaniels. Just in case you're wondering, with the great half by Thurman Thomas, the championship record, the AFC championship record for rushing in a game goes all the way back to 1963 when Keith Lincoln of the Chargers rushed for 206 yards. He has 129 in less than a half.
20 carries in 1 half.
It's a big play for the Kansas City defense to stay within 2 touchdowns. Third down to Kelly. He throws. Brooks wide open. Kevin Ross makes the tackle inside the 10. Not enough for the first down. Fans want him to go for it.
Hey, the way things are working for Buffalo, I'm not sure I wouldn't.
But on comes Steve Christie. Of course, you can't trust players. Davis says only that far, when really it's about 3 times.
What do you mean you can't trust players?
Well, coaches and players are like fans. I mean, I like that. They want to always go for it. But if you're the coach and they're not giving you the right survey, your job is the one that's the difference between.
I mean, that's the price you pay for not being in the huddle or on the field, Dick.
25-yard attempt by Christie. And it's good again. 3 short ones for Steve Christie. And the Bills now lead by 2 touchdowns, 20-6. Less than 2 minutes to go. Play action. Completes it to Marcus Allen. A gain of 9. Tackled by Mark Maddox.
And now Kansas City will go with the hurry-up offense. And this might run Buffalo out of the double zone, but to this point, it's worked in the half.
2nd and inches. 1 timeout is all Kansas City has. Remember, they used a couple to stop momentum. Underneath to Kimball Anders. And Anders looking for a block. Gives ground and goes down at the 35.
This might help Kansas City psychologically here in this hurry-up. They're getting the receivers open over the middle. They're beating the double zone here right now.
1:15 left in the half. Over the middle. Whoa, Willie Davis out scraps Mickey Washington for a tough catch. Washington was right there for the intercept. First down.
Joe Montana was going to take a timeout, and then he changed his mind. He's going right to the line of scrimmage. That ball thrown behind Davis. Great catch.
Underneath to the tight end Cash. Along the sidelines, a good effort and out of bounds to stop the clock at the Buffalo 37.
Patton fell down. 53, the linebacker had him in coverage, and he slipped down. Cash just runs the little out. What, see 53 on the ground? Cash did that against Houston last week.
16 on the play.
This is just a drag pattern run by Cash. Turns it up the sideline. Washington gets him out of bounds.
20-6, Buffalo leads. Final seconds, first half. Screen to Allen.
Oh, Bennett. What a play. Get
Cornelius Bennett running right with a talented player like Allen.
At times you run out of ways to describe performance, but he sees him throw it and then chases down Marcus Allen. What a play.
He was charging on Montana, and watch him here. He just runs right by Joe. He said, oh, that's where it's going to go, huh? And even had Allen caught it, it would have been for no gain.
Goodness.
41 seconds. Subpar numbers for Montana. Underneath, Todd McNair breaking a couple of tackles. McNair to the 15, to the 10. He's to the 5-yard line, and here's where Montana will use his timeout. 31 yards, and McNair made a short pass. A long gain with some tough running.
This is going to come right at us, Dick. He's like the third receiver. They're releasing people up in the middle of those linebackers. McNair coming out of the backfield. An excellent receiver and runner. I don't know why he doesn't get more work for the Kansas City Chiefs, but they flooded the interior of that double zone, even though Buffalo had their dime package in that 6 defensive backs.
He sends Burden left, Davis right, tight end Cash on the right side. Secondary, no one's open. He throws it away. Burden was the closest Chief, and Montana had unload. That was a classic example of that 49er offense. You've got your little checkpoints, and if you're not open right away, you look to the next man.
You're absolutely correct. Darryl Talley also hits him, but here's the wide receiver, J.J. Burden. Good pickup by Marcus Allen. Eventually, Darryl Talley, well, looked like it was tipped at the line of scrimmage, but a bad throw again by Joe.
Well, Odom's getting away with a little hand checking, though, today.
A lot of contact.
21 seconds. Underneath, incomplete and intercepted through the hands of Anders, right to Henry Jones. Oh, my!
So 2 field back, so 20-6 the Buffalo lead at halftime, and there was more bad news for the Chiefs at the start of the second half. Let's join the second half now. More bad news, as I say, at the start of the third quarter as Joe Montana was sacked, then 2 plays later took a big hit. Dave Craig is in to replace him as we pick up Kansas City's next drive. Here it is.
So Craig 0 for 3 in his start as Montana went 0 for 5 at the start of the game. Not much room to roam. He goes deep down the middle and has Burden. And a first down across the 30-yard line to J.J. Burden, 26 yards.
Just that little play-action fake held linebackers at the line of scrimmage for Burden to get behind them, Dick.
Mickey Washington making the defensive play.
Watch the 2 linebackers. They got to hold ever so slightly. That allows Burden to get deep. Craig does get hammered when he throws it, but it just gives a little space between the defensive backs and the linebackers for the completion.
Burden, who had 51 catches on the season, has his first today. Kimball Anders, who played at Houston for Jack Barty, goes to the 34, a pickup of 2, Maddox and Talley, and the linebackers for Buffalo just smacking on every play, and Talley is the leader.
Yeah, when you talk to defensive players here in Buffalo, he seems to be kind of the psyche of the defense. Nothing bothers him. He'll play in any kind of weather with any kind of injury, anywhere.
Play in the parking lot. Marcus Allen not able to get through that front line of defense. 2 more to the 36-yard line. Tally again with Hansen.
And it's almost essential that Kansas City do this, because Buffalo's staying in that double zone. Kansas City's got a threat in the middle of the defense. That's what they're trying. This is not a give-up play when they run it up the middle. They're trying to impress upon Buffalo that we can run the football. Walt Corey saying, you guys can't run the football on us.
Corey sends in 2 more defensive backs. 3rd and 5. Craig to Davis. Did he stay in bounds? Yes. No, now they say no.
Which are they saying? One guy's marking it on the sideline.
Now it's yes. 46-yard line. First down.
This is the kind of reception that Montana threw last week for a touchdown to Willie Davis in the end zone. Come back for the ball underneath the coverage. Davis does an excellent job of pushing the defensive back away.
That's the rookie
Thomas Smith, and makes a nice catch. Well, obviously, this kid is well covered. He catches the ball very well. When he's uncovered, look out.
And another snap. Craig hit hard by Jeff Wright. He's been nailed twice in a row. Anders drops another.
But now that's on the quarterback. That's on the quarterback. That's down off his thigh board. I think Dave Craig has already said that's on me.
Craig, one of the great stories in sports from Milton College.
When he rolls out here, this is a tough throw, but you've got to get it out in front of the receiver and down there on the leg. That's tough. But we've already established that Tim Landers will let it bounce through his hands.
The blank stare of Joe Montana. to 6. Buffalo leads here in the third quarter. Oh! Allen slipping as he tried to make his cut. You can see it's more and more treacherous to handle the ball and to maintain footing. Mike Lodish was there to secure him.
Right on the Buffalo helmet, too. He really slips. Right foot goes out, and the left foot on the paint. Hits him right down, has the presence of mind to get up, but Mike Lodish there for the tackle again. You've got to threaten this Buffalo defense with the run.
Yeah, it's even tougher. On any painting of the carpet, it's much slicker. Like the signs on bridge crossings. Watch out for ice.
Yes. It freezes first.
3rd and a dozen. Drill to Hayes, but that won't be enough for a first down inside the 40. It'll be about a yard short.
But this is 4-down area. Even though it's the third quarter, 6:52 to go. Marty Schottenheimer going to the sideline yelling and screaming at somebody.
Buffalo leads by 2 touchdowns. So on 4th and 2, Kansas City goes. Hits at the 20-yard line. It's the tight end Cash again. And a great throw by Craig. He had to thread that one through the defense.
Again, up through the middle of this double zone. The little play action fake holds the linebackers ever so slightly. The double pump by Dave Craig still has the velocity on the football. Mark Kelso right there to make the tackle, but a first down pickup.
And Talley diving just a fingernail away from deflecting that one. 4 catches, 63 yards. Inside the 20. Craig leading the Chiefs. Marcus Allen, again, right into a crowd. Just nothing there for Allen. He had a couple of runs early, but the Levy and Walt Corey defense been very tough on the Kansas City running game. 2nd and 8. To Burden at the 2. J.J. Burden in front of Nate Odoms. 15 more. 1st and goal, KC.
What an unlikely hero emerging here, Dave Craig. This is Burden. Odoms takes the inside move. He's got coverage underneath, so he kind of drops him and lets him make the turn in, and Dave Craig fires it right in there again. Right in the belly. Yes, does hang on to it. Whoa, ball hits the ground.
1st and goal inside the 2. It's been an 88-yard drive by Craig. Will they get a touchdown out of it? It's Talley drilled in the backfield. It's Talley again.
Oh, just an inside rush. Nobody touches Darryl Talley. He's right in there to get to the spot where Marcus takes the ball. Jonathan, it's Sigler, 66, who misses the block on the hard inside charge by Darryl Talley.
You got to give Marcus Allen credit. That's a fumble-type tackle.
You're absolutely right. Hangs on to the football.
Talley has 8 in the game. 2nd and goal on the yard loss. Allen again. Diving to the 1. He's close to the goal line, but not in. Following the block of Dave Zott.
Also got Ernie Thompson in as the lead blocker. And you can see it shut him down completely. Marcus Allen is a running back that, as you said earlier in the game, Schottenheimer loves on the goal line and short yardage. This is 4-down area, too. They don't make it here. They got to go for it on 4th down.
Marcus, touchdown, Kansas City. Now, that was a very impressive drive engineered by Dave Craig. And Craig, standing in, drilled a couple of times as he threw the ball, was able to complete some difficult passes in 3rd and long, and takes his team 90 yards for a touchdown. Marcus Allen's 11th postseason rushing touchdown. Led the league in rushing TDs during the regular season. Lowry gets the extra point, and Kansas City is back in the game.
So the Chiefs, welcome back. Well, Buffalo opened the 4th quarter by driving down to the Chiefs' 1-yard line. But once they got there, Kenneth Davis was stopped on 3rd and goal. So they had to settle for a Steve Christie field goal and a score of 23-13. After stopping the Chiefs, though, they have the ball back with a 1st and 10 at their 48-yard line.
Buffalo leading by 10 with 10 minutes plus to go, starting at its 47. Herman moving up on the all-time playoff list, rushing in a game. Rogers and Bayless make the tackle after an 11-yard gain.
Well, now the offensive line of the Buffalo Bills is having their way with the Kansas City Chiefs defense. We've got a Chief down, looks like Joe Phillips.
And the ball at the 41-yard line. 1st down, Buffalo. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining. Kelly has Kenneth Davis behind him now. And Davis hit by Sally Moore. No gain. Dan Saliamua, over 300 pounds, learned the rough way. Still dresses in the locker room with the practice players, does Saliamua. He says, that's the way I came into this league. Detroit didn't want me. I became a plan B. I'm going to stay where I started.
Doesn't he bowl and play softball
during the football season?
During the season in Kansas City.
He says in softball, I either hit a home run or I strike out. It doesn't matter. I don't have to run.
Right, he doesn't run to the bases.
Derek Thomas on the sidelines, and they give to Thurman Thomas back in. And Thomas grinds out another 5 or 6 before Darren Nickel and Tracy Semien can get him.
Well, one of the great things about this Buffalo offensive line, Dick, is both sides can pull. This is the counter run with 74 Parker leading, 70 Fina behind. These are 300-plus pound guys looking like running backs out there. This is a very balanced offensive line.
Buffalo has rushed for 205 yards today. Kansas City 52. Bruised knee is the report, Joe Phillips. 3rd and 4. Caught for a 1st down by Metzelars at the 30. Covered by Lonnie Martz. And that'll chew up some more time for the Bills.
And Kansas City committed so many to the line of scrimmage. In case of the run, you see Sally Moore right up there. Everybody at the line of scrimmage. Just a square out just deep enough for there to be the 1st down. Martz makes the tackle. Drive continues.
Yeah, the Bills have protected Kelly so well. You saw how well they did last week. You know, the Bills in the last 3 games of the regular season did not allow Kelly to be sacked 1 time. They've not given up a sack today. And that's what happens when he is protected by the grand glass. Thurman burrows to the 27-yard line. Simeon there, the tackler. 7:21, 7:20 to go.
The next big decision Marv Levy has to make is how much longer Thurman Thomas plays. Not much longer in my estimation. Of course, their first Super Bowl against the Giants, they only had a week's time to prepare for that one, and that was certainly their best performance, and it was Thurman Thomas's best performance.
Here's where Kelly, so shrewd in clock management. While they're used to the hurry-up offense, when they get in this situation, he knows how to spend every second between plays. Down to 5 on the play clock. Thurman Thomas into the secondary, looking for his 3rd touchdown, and a flag goes down. Appeared to be a face mask as well. And with that run, Thurman Thomas moves. That's the 2nd best game ever in the AFC Championship. Goes past Paul Lowe of the LA Chargers in 61.
Goodness.
Face mask, 46, defense. First down.
That was Benny Thompson. Again, the ability of Thurman Thomas to bounce. Right there, outside, there you see Thompson with the big hold on a face mask. I've seen enough of Thurman Thomas. If he's going to be in the Super Bowl next week, which it certainly appears he's going to, he's got the rest of the afternoon off for me.
Only one man has ever rushed for more yards in this championship game, and that's Keith Lincoln, who's now back at his alma mater, Washington State, working in alumni affairs, you understand, director of alumni.
And we are deep into that record book now. With those names, Hewitt Dixon, Paul Lowe, Keith Lincoln.
What's important here is Thomas in an era where it's been the passer that has all the big numbers, showing that he is deserving of another trip to the Pro Bowl.
I like him in there a little bit.
6:18, 6:17 to go. Using every second as Kelly. And Thomas buying every yard. Push to another touchdown.
Well, that should do it. Kenneth Davis is the short yardage and goal line running back. So, Thurman, how many game balls do you want? The ability of him to cut back. They cut off pursuit. Keith McKellar is on Neil Smith. That stop-and-go ability. Good block by the wide receiver, Don Beebe.
Albert Lewis made the tackle and hasn't gotten up yet. Ball inside the 4.
But Dick, it looks like they're leaving Thurman Thomas in here to pad his stats.
Less than 6 minutes to go, and Buffalo in a commanding position as you look at General Manager Carl Peterson of the Kansas City Chiefs, who brought Marcus Allen, brought Joe Montana, with Marty Schottenheimer, brought Paul Hackett in as the new offensive coordinator, and that expression hasn't changed much for Joe Montana. He won't remember much about this game. 1st and goal. Thomas still in there. He's carried the ball more than anyone in AFC Championship history. His 33rd is his 3rd touchdown.
This is beautiful. You expect people to step forward. Thurman Thomas is taking a giant leap forward. If anybody didn't think that he was the heart and soul of this offense, I think he's changed their mind today.
Well, the opposing head coach knows, and Marty Schottenheimer spelled it out very clearly. We have to stop the run. We have to stop Thurman Thomas. We can't let him run north and south, get his shoulders squared away, because then he's not a 210-pound back or a 200-pound back. He's 240, and he's proven Marty to be too good a prophet.
Yes. And, of course, when you've got a running back over 200 yards, 3 touchdowns, the offensive line, who's played brilliantly today against a defensive line that last week absolutely handled the Houston Oilers. Watch this offensive line. How big a hole is that? Untouched. That's the second time he scored without being touched.
Jim Kelly, as tough as the blue-collar fans are in this great city, may have his chance to feed back the comments that he's had to live with, as his teammates have had to hear through these last couple of years. You bet they're back. They never went away. A lot of people tried to wish them away, but you don't wish the talent, the core of this team, and we've said it so many times. Marv Levy and the organization of Ralph Wilson have kept the core players here, and they don't go out and trade outside. They build from within. Christie adds the extra point. Get ready, Atlanta. Buffalo is coming to town.